Welcome to another episode of Thanalysis Show with your one and only Thanasis Antetokounmpo. I'm using my radio voice. I'm getting better and better.
You're getting much better
every time I do it. On my left hand is Tony C.
That's a good radio voice there too. Love it. Yeah. Got the intro.
Yeah. Then you guys, there's another person here. You can't see him, but let's call him Pete Choco. That's his name, Pete Choco. There's another person here. You can't see him. Man, I have a lot of stuff to get on my chest. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why you got a podcast.
That's why I have a podcast, right? First of all, before we start that, gotta give a huge thank you to Thanalysis, Gruber Law Offices, Thanalysis, Potawatomi Casinos and Hotel, and Thanalysis Carbliss. All our sponsors who supported us from the beginning of this podcast. Thank you guys so much. And on with the program. Tony, talk to me.
So you said you had some stuff to get off your chest.
Yes.
I think a couple people we know had some stuff to get off their chest too. So just I went to social media quickly. We're going to talk about some stuff.
Okay.
Dame Lillard, verified account. I double-checked. Double and triple-checked. 3.4 million followers. This is him. What does Dame Lillard tweet? We are recording this on Saturday, hours after the Bucks lost 114-115 to the Charlotte Hornets.
Hopefully we get it out to you guys today or tomorrow.
We'll get it out ASAP. Bullshit call for game. That's Dame Lillard's tweet. That is not me.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's 2 games in a row. Now, I tweeted something. I don't know if you saw it, Tony. I said,
every time you tweet something, especially when it's about the Bucks, my phone breaks. I need a new phone.
Can you read what I tweeted? Can you read what I tweeted?
Let me go to yours, because I don't want to misquote any of it. But I believe you put out 2 things today. The first one being, everyone makes mistakes. Players, coaches, refs, we're all human. But this needs to be explained, especially after 2 games in a row.
Okay. What do I mean? What do I mean by that?
Let's break this down.
It's self-explanatory, right? I did say
everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes. I started with that, right? And
players, coaches,
everybody,
refs.
Okay. Now, when I say this needs to be explained, what needs to be explained is that, hey, you need to give me something. Like there needs to be something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the same way if a player speaks out towards refereeing, he gets fined.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. There needs to be something. Now,
Doc Rivers is getting fined.
What did he say?
He was just very strong about that. It's basically the same thing Dame said. Which
he didn't lie.
Dame will, no, but you know how it goes. They're going to get fined.
Well, my question is, the Milwaukee Bucks are literally unhealthy now, and we're doing all this and we're building chemistry. I don't know if people are noticing. We're playing better. Everything is going to the right place. Now, you have 2 games that the first one, Detroit just missed the free throws, and then Giannis went ballistic, and Brook went ballistic, and we won the game. And then the next game was playing Charlotte, great, just a smooth game and everything, and all of a sudden you call this call. Now, don't get me wrong, LaMelo Ball is a hooper.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing talent, right? All the squad, Miller, Bridge, the great team, and a great coach, by the way, comes from our tree, comes from the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way. Charles Lee, that's my dog, by the way. Great coach. What I want to say is that you can't call a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, like I said, everybody makes mistakes. What I need now is in the next game to be careful. Call the game.
Just call the game correctly.
No, it's not only correctly. You can make mistakes again. Don't get me wrong. You can make mistakes. But this is blatant. In Detroit, you literally reviewed.
Yeah, the Detroit one, this one is bad because it was just the incorrect call. And Milwaukee was out of challenges, so nothing could happen.
Cool.
Against Detroit,
you reviewed it.
And they still clearly got it wrong.
You reviewed it. He didn't touch him. He went for the ball. So in my head is that I'm glad we beat Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm glad the team beat Detroit, and I'm glad that it went 1-1. But it could have been easy.
0-2.
0-2.
Also very easy. 2-0.
2-0.
So right. I want to read. So after games, for people who are unfamiliar, so there's this thing they do a pool report where a reporter gets to go in, ask the referees questions. So this is just directly from this. I want to get your reaction to this. So the question What did you see on the foul called on Giannis with 7.3 seconds remaining? Referee says during the play, Giannis was called for illegal leg-to-leg contact on the drive by LaMelo Ball to the basket. What was the final determination in confirming the call? During live play, we called illegal leg-to-leg contact. During post-game review, when we looked at the play, there was no illegal contact on the play. So the ref straight up admitted after the game, when we looked at the play, there was no illegal contact on the play.
Yes.
And then they went on to say, so if there was a challenge, which there was not one available, that call would have been overturned. And the referee said, correct.
Correct. Okay. I appreciate that. I'll take that. That is honesty.
Mm-hmm.
That is me saying, like, hey, coach, I messed up.
I got it wrong.
Hey, I got it wrong. That's on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happens when I get it wrong? That's on me. What happens if I get disciplined? Do I get fined by the team? What happens if something happens? Do I get... So my thing now is that, okay, I don't want nobody to get fined. I don't want nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What I want is that to have this honesty. So if he said it, I'm okay. I'm happy. I have nothing else to say about this.
And in the NBA's last 2-minute report that comes out after tomorrow, they'll say
I
it shouldn't have been a foul call.
nothing to say. You said it. You guys said it. So I'm happy with it. But how many times it will happen?
Because Detroit, they did not admit to fault. Detroit, they reviewed it, and it was still a foul.
Yeah, but then in the 2-minute report, they said
it was not a foul.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you feel? So from a player perspective.
Yeah.
So tonight, obviously, the refs admitted it in the spot. They said, we reviewed it. But if there's a game and the last 2-minute report comes out, and there have been games where the Bucks, the games that you played in, that the Bucks were affected by calls from the last 2-minute report. How does do you guys even acknowledge it in the locker room? What happens the next day where
No, you can't acknowledge it. That's the thing. We only acknowledge this now. I'm not going to lie to you. It's because we're going through a rough patch. If we were winning, it would be like, whatever, on to the next one.
Okay.
Stuff like this always hits different.
It's magnified, sure.
It's magnified when you're like,
do you know what? Through a rough because 4 or 5 and 8 looks a hell of a lot better right now than 4 and 9 on the record sheet. Like getting that win, then you have 3 wins in a row. You're going forward. Like I totally get that.
I'm with you. So that's all it is.
So would you be in favor of the NBA installing the NFL? I want to say this is their first year doing it. They have challenges. If there's a call, you can challenge it, or not. You can't challenge a penalty, but you can challenge like something that happened in the game, like whether he's out of bounds or not, right? But now they have this thing.
We do have that. What do you mean?
Well, no, I'm saying the NFL, like you can't challenge like a penalty.
Okay.
In the NBA, you can, but they have this thing in the NFL called replay assist. So if like something happens and the team's out of challenges, the league is still looking at everything, and then they'll come in and be like, actually, that's not what should have happened here.
Listen, after this year, it's up to them. But you got to call it like you got to call it the same every time, and hopefully you don't get the short end of the stick. Yeah. So it is what it is.
All right, cool. I was just curious because that's just one of those things to me that I just look at it and I'm just like, should leagues do that? Games would be longer. But with camera technology and stuff, you can get everything correct.
Yes,
you can get everything correct.
By the way, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm actually watching.
Tell people what you're watching.
I'm actually watching Boston and Toronto overtime, which Toronto has 4 fouls in overtime.
Yep, Boston has 0 fouls in overtime.
Is this correct now?
So this is one of those things. I actually love this because we are giving fans of this show a live look at
the game.
TA being able to watch this game and react in real time, but also just like the analysis in real person.
So I'll tell you, oh my God, maybe people are listening. You better, guys, whatever, if you're listening, the video will be nicer. Actually, you watch the video on YouTube. Who called the challenge? Was it Boston?
There's a loose ball here, and it appeared to go out on Toronto.
Oh, he touched it.
But Toronto challenged it because it looks like a Boston player might have knocked it out of bounds.
Boston has a great team. Okay, so now let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Is Boston losing from Toronto, is that a bad loss at home?
On paper,
with no Scotty Barnes,
that's the thing. On paper, people will look at this and be like, "That's a terrible loss," because the Raptors didn't have Scotty Barnes. You're the Celtics. You're the defending champs. You are all of these things. You should be winning these ball games. What I think people don't realize is schedules. I don't know if the Celtics played last night. I don't know if they got home late. But
season.
Yeah, and it's game 11, 12, 13 probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Man,
think
I missed this.
I know you do.
I missed this one.
Well, you're gonna get back. Patiently aggressive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Patiently aggressive.
I got you.
But I think it's one of those things where it's so early in the season, you can't take every game, whether it's a game against the whether it's Bucks Celtics or Bucks Cavs or Bucks Hornets, right?
Yeah.
They all matter, but you can't be like, if you beat the Celtics early in the season, you can't be like, all right, we're here to contend for a championship. The same way, if you lose to the Pistons, no offense to the Pistons, you can't be like, oh, we're done. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no. You just,
For any team,
It's just a team, of course.
And it's one of those things where, like, I think as the season goes on, if you lost every single game you played against a team that's above 500, all right, we need to look in the mirror at what's going on in those games. But like this game early on, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, Boston could have flown in late last night. Lots of things there.
They were playing away.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But how much? So I know you're out obviously right now.
Yeah.
But how much NBA have you watched? You're a basketball guy.
As much as I can. I've watched NBA.
Mhm.
I've watched NBA. I've watched some of the G League games.
So you've watched a lot of basketball.
I've watched WNBA. Well, I was watching
That season ended. That final series was crazy.
I watched EuroLeague. I watched Greek League. I watched Italian League. I watched ACB.
How many streaming services do you have?
Every one of them. Every one of them. I watched Eurobasket Women's.
Do you?
Yes, Greece was great. Greece was playing. By the way, shout out to Elena Chineke. Shout out to Artemis Panou. Shout out to Maria Fasula. These girls got it done. We got it done. We're just playing against oh my god, why am I blanking out right now? Was he France or Germany? Oh, why am I blanking out right now? We was playing against a team. We won, and now we're trying to qualify to the Eurobasket. So
that's what's up.
It's fun. It's fun.
Real quick, I know we started talking about the calls, so I did want to ask you two more quick things there related to both your brothers. One, so two of them are playing overseas right now, correct?
Yeah, they're both playing in Greece. That's crazy, right?
In Greece, how's it going? I
it's
just want an
going
update.
Great. You know, Alex, it was crazy. Alex was playing somewhere in the Balkans, and then he was like, "Hey, you know what? Let me decide to go home and decide to go to PAOK, which PAOK is like an historic team.
Yep.
And my other brother is playing for PAO, which Panathinaikos, another historic team. So it's a blessing, man.
That's
to be able
amazing.
to compete with each other. I can't wait till they play against each other. Actually,
Is that happening soon?
hopefully to get
All right,
it done.
if that happens, whenever that happens, you have the streaming services. We will bring that up. We need to do something.
By the way,
we need to watch it live.
I play one of those teams, which my closest is playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to watch that live
Yeah,
and
we
like
need to
do a
watch it
live
live.
react. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No, that would be.
We gotta,
It might be 4 a.m, but who cares?
By the way, if can we clip this and post it on Instagram? Yeah, clip this and
Absolutely.
post it on Instagram. We're looking for somebody who will help us with the live YouTube reaction
Okay.
for them to for us to work with YouTube, and because we're not gonna be able to do this. We're gonna run the show, so I want somebody to.
Well, the tough part is
What's the tough part?
we can't show the game. We can just show us reacting.
Yeah, but
No.
that we don't have to show the game.
Man,
per
we can
se.
do it. We can do this. We can set up a YouTube live right
Yeah.
here at Pato. We
Yeah.
can
We can
figure it out.
Okay.
All right, let's make that happen. The other one would be, we talked about this. There's an episode online in the 4 quarters presented by Carbliss. We talked right before we talked with Sergio Pettis. We talk about Brandon Jennings becoming a media member. He hasn't been on the pod. I forget. He's been to so many things, and we've talked to him so many times, and we haven't sat down with him. So we gotta get him on the pod.
First of all, if he comes on the pod, he's gonna be viral. It's gonna be ballistic.
But he asked Giannis about your absence in the team locker room, and I just love the quote of Giannis saying,
Say that.
"I might have had 70. I think the quote was, I would have scored 70 if TA was here, because you're always telling him to keep going, and you do that for all teammates."
All my teammates, and just I think it's that. I think it's the energy. I think it's the drive and not the complacency. You know, it's big. So I'm happy.
All right, we're gonna keep recording here as it is still a tie ball game.
Tie ball game.
123. There's
We
8 seconds
might
left.
witness
The
a game
Celtics
winner.
have
You
the
better
ball.
not call anything.
Jason Tatum has the ball top of the key.
Oh, he made it.
Oh,
he made it.
launched a long 3 for the win.
Told you.
How the hell? Hold on. When I tell you guys that are
That's tough,
listening to this, he said he made it before he stepped back.
Yeah.
How could you tell? Was it footwork? Was it foot placement?
because that's what he wants to do.
But to end regulation, he missed a wide open shot.
Yeah, but he was not going to make that.
Why? Break it down.
I can't break it down because if I break it down now, people will know why how I know, why I know.
Okay, well,
it's a crazy. I'll tell you after.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is the biggest tease ever because that was incredible. Because at the end of regulation, you knew he was going to miss, and it was a 18-foot jumper from the wide open from the top of the key. But he takes a step back three with under a second left, and you call it before he even gathers.
Of course.
I'm gonna need the secrets. I know. No, don't give him out. Don't give him out.
I'll tell you.
All right.
Thank you guys. Another show comes to an end. Thank you guys for supporting the Thanalysis show. Thanks to our sponsors, Gruber Law Offices, Potawatomi Casinos, Potawatomi Hotels and Casinos, Carbliss. You guys have been amazing. Thank you guys. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show. Please let us know what you guys want me to talk about, what you guys want to listen to. And you guys have been amazing. Thanalysis out.